Hey everybody, welcome back. Review a Day, episode number 171. I'm Leland, and thank you guys for joining me. Make sure to head over to nitpicket.com this week and check out the new episode of the Nitpicket podcast. We talked about Sorority Row in the films and Nine in the movie world, but we also talked about television this week. We talked about some returning shows, some series premieres. We talked about the new show GLEE from Ryan Murphy, the guy that did Nip Tuck, his new high school musical Freaks and Geeks kind of show. We also talked about Community, the new show with Joel McHale, who I am a huge fan of. If you don't watch The Soup, you really should check it out. It's on every Friday nights on E! I think what Joel McHale is doing for the entertainment news world, I think he's kind of doing what The Daily Show does for the news world, and I think Joel McHale focuses it on pop culture and reality television, and I think The Soup is just one of the funniest, one of the most consistently funny shows on television for my money. So check that out, and also head over to nitpicket.com and check out the podcast. I thank you in advance. The film I'm reviewing for you guys today, though, is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, and this is a new family computer-animated film with the voices of Bill Hader, Anna Faris, James Caan, Andy Samberg. Bruce Campbell is in this movie. He plays the mayor. I love me some Bruce Campbell. Benjamin Bratt, Neil Patrick Harris, Al Roker, Lauren Graham. The list goes on. And this film, it's based on the children's book, which I actually haven't read. But this movie is about a scientist who creates a machine that turns water into food. He shoots it into the sky, and he makes rain turn into food. So it rains food. Get it? Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I was not excited about this film. I remember seeing the trailer and just not thinking it was going to be something for me. But I was really taken back by how funny this film was. I really wasn't expecting to laugh as much as I did. I knew that I was probably going to, enjoy it a little bit. It had been getting some pretty positive reviews, but I don't think I was expecting this movie to be so funny. And I don't know why I'm surprised, because you have the voices of Bill Hader, Anna Faris, who I think are two of the funniest people out there. I think Anna Faris is maybe one of the funniest female comedians, if I want to use that word. I think she's terrific in just about everything. I loved her in Observe and Report, which is on DVD now, a movie I still really love. But her and Bill Hader together, I thought were really funny. Mr. T plays a police officer in this film, and I thought he was hysterical. I also think that a ton of debt, though, is owed to the directors and the animators of this film, because I think the characters in this movie, it's not the most breathtaking CG you've ever seen. It's very simplistic, but I think they do something really smart, which is it looks very cartoony. Every single character has really big, expressive eyes, and I think the director and the animators gave everyone really funny performances. It's something that you don't often think about, but the fact that someone had to direct all of these performances and choose all of them have to choose every single mannerism of the characters, it's pretty crazy to me, and I think they did a really good job with that. And that was one thing I really liked about this movie, was that I liked the characters and I thought they were funny. I was also really taken back by, I thought this movie was a pretty good spoof on the horror disaster genre, kind of a Roland Emmerich 2012 Independence Day style disaster film. There's a big dam filled with food, and there's a line in the movie where they go, all the food is being held up by our supposedly indestructible dam. And you go, of course, it's gonna break, and it does. And I think it plays with those conventions enough that it's a lot of fun. The story isn't great. I mean, they don't ever explain everything, and they shouldn't. This is a children's film, and I think that was one thing I really took away from this, was that this movie reminded me of why I liked Nickelodeon when I was young. This is just a very silly movie filled with silly characters. Toward the end of the movie, there's a character who's a Guatemalan cameraman who he's also a doctor, and he also is a pilot, and he's a funny little character. It's just very silly. It feels kind of like SpongeBob SquarePants at times. It's silly. It doesn't take itself seriously. I thought all the performances were really a lot of fun. I thought the 3D was really great to look at. I think I was just surprised that I enjoyed this film as much as I did. I gave Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs a 3 out of 5. I want to mention really quickly, though, a moment in the film that I thought was hysterical, and I don't know if I'm crazy and just like a sociopath. Tell me if you guys saw this, though. If you saw Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, there's a very funny segment when the main character makes it snow ice cream, and he's never been in a snowball fight, and so he's just like pegging little kids in the head, which I love that kind of stuff. I love anytime like Billy Madison, the dodgeball sequence. I love that scene. But the main character breaks into these people's house, this person's house, and he starts throwing snowballs at all the family. But the camera movement is like this shaky, creepy handheld style, and it really kind of came across like the main character was going in and just like killing all of these people. He throws a snowball at a little girl and it hits her in the head, and the ice cream splatters all over the wall, much like it would have been had he shot her in the head. She fell to her knees and then fell over. Tell me, I mean, I don't know. Did you guys notice this? I thought it was absolutely hysterical, and I was just surprised that it was in a movie. That's beside the point. 3 out of 5. Go check it out. Tell me I'm crazy or not. I'll see you guys next time.